If I am injured at work, what do I get for the disability caused to different parts of my body? My name is David R. Price Jr., and I'm a workers' compensation attorney in Greenville, South Carolina. I dedicate my practice to helping injured people, and I want to share some valuable information with you. When you are injured at work, you are entitled to benefits for the degree of disability incurred by the injured part of your body. To determine this, what we do is we identify your workers' compensation rate. And what that is generally equal to 66 2/3% of your average weekly wage. Then, when you reach maximum medical improvement, which essentially is as good as you're going to get after your injury, your doctor is asked to assign a percentage of disability to the injured body part. For example, if you injure your arm and your doctor assigns a 25% degree of disability to your arm, then you will be entitled to 25% of your workers' compensation rate for the number of weeks assigned by law to your arm, which in that case is 220 weeks for the arm. It is interesting to note how long this concept has existed in history. I was recently reading a history book about pirates, and I was fascinated to read a passage which explained that as far back as 1678, a certain pirate ship had a rudimentary workers' compensation system, wherein pirates were entitled to receive 600 pieces of 8 for the loss of a right arm in battle, 500 pieces of 8 for the loss of a left arm, 500 pieces of 8 for the loss of a right leg, only 400 pieces of 8 for the loss of a left leg, and 100 pieces of 8 for the loss of a finger or an eye. It is interesting that even today this concept still exists. Fortunately, however, we don't make a distinction between the right and the left. There is a statute that assigns a certain number of weeks to many different parts of the body. For example, the statute assigns 300 weeks of disability payments for the shoulder, 220 weeks for the loss of an arm, 280 weeks for the loss of a hip, 195 weeks for the loss of a leg. And then, of course, there are various other weeks assigned to all kinds of different parts of the body. If you suffer a partial disability to your back, then you're entitled to 300 weeks for that. But if you suffer a total disability to your back, then you're entitled to 500 weeks. If you suffer total disability to 2 or more parts of your body, you're also entitled to 500 weeks, regardless of the number of weeks actually assigned to those parts of the body. If you die, you're entitled to 500 weeks. But if you suffer paralysis or brain injury, then you're entitled to benefits for the rest of your life. My name is David R. Price Jr., and I dedicate my practice to helping people who are injured at work. If you've been injured, then I want to help you. Please call me at 864-271-2636 or visit my website at greenvillelegal.com. I will give you the dedicated personal representation that you deserve.